What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So for this horror news update, we are talking about the film Together. We're talking about this film once again. We've been covering this film since it's been premiered at several film festivals earlier this year. One of the more recent ones that we got a lot of information out of was the SXSW back in March, and we just got an official full trailer. This was at end of I think it was end of last week, towards the end of last week, and we did do a trailer review reaction to that. So go check out the playlist; it is in there. But it's now back in the news, not necessarily for a good reason. As you can see from this headline, Together, Dave Franco and Alison Brie are hit with a copyright lawsuit over their new body horror film. I find this interesting that this is just now coming out, that the fact that it's not like this film just went into production. It's not like this film just had like its first viewing. This film has been, like I mentioned, has been going and being premiered at film festivals, has been talked about for quite a bit, for quite some time, and talked about quite a bit. And like I said, we've gotten out of SXW, we got a few clips here and there. We got a teaser trailer. And like I mentioned last week, we got a full official trailer for this film. So again, it's not like this film just came out of nowhere. And the fact that now all of a sudden, on the heels of when this film is supposed to be going into theaters here in like 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, give or take, now all of a sudden we are hearing about a copyright lawsuit for the film. So we're going to jump into the article details as we always do and see what the story is. So Joe Blow's own Chris Bumbray had the chance to see the body horror film Together at the Sundance Film Festival earlier this year and said that, quote, horror fans are going to have a blast with this one when it makes its way into the world. He has the review. There's a link here for the review. We're not clicking on that. As you know, I don't like reading or looking at anything to do with reviews on any films prior to us seeing them. So we're skipping over that, but I will put the link of this article in the description of the video below. So if you want to check out that review, you will be able to do so. Continuing now, Neon is planning to bring this good time to horror fans with a July 30th theatrical release. While Bumbray got to view it at SXSW, two producers made sure to watch it at Sundance as the concept sounded a little too familiar to their own film. Jess Jenkin and Charles Beale were producers of the 2020 indie film Better Half, which they feel has been ripped off in Together. Variety reports that the producers have filed a copyright infringement suit against Franco and Brie, saying that they pitched them Better Half back in 2020, but the stars and their WME agents turned it down. The suit states, quote, as the audience laughed and cheered, Jacqueline and Beale sat in stunned silence, their worst nightmare unfolding. Scene after scene confirmed that defendants did not simply take stock ideas or scenes affair, but stole virtually every unique aspect of Better Half's copyright expression. End quote. The suit has alleged that the defendants engaged in an international scheme to copy ideas their film had, and claimed Brie and Franco rejected the initial offer, quote, because they wanted to produce the film themselves and have WME package the project with one of the agency's own writers. The suit recounts that the casting director of Better Half sent Franco and Brie's agents a script along with a synopsis in August 2020. They even included an offer for the couple to star in the film. Franco's agent was said to have responded, Dave is going to pass, but thank you for thinking of him. WME responded to the suit saying it was frivolous and without merit. A spokesperson stated, the facts in this case are clear and we plan to vigorously defend ourselves. So, I mean, we see this time and time again, I think, where you get these small budget independent creators seeking to get a studio or seek to get a big actor, actress, or a combination of both attached to their project and take it forward because they just don't have the budget or the backing, I guess the clout, so to speak, to bring it a lot of attention. Now, I couldn't find any recent examples where we've seen like a small independent creator get into a lawsuit and come out on top, come out as the winner to say yes. In fact, one of these bigger studios stole their idea, or one of these, top name actors and actresses stole their idea, turned it into a film, and now are just getting nothing but praise. So let's see if there's any more down here to talk about. We have a few more quotes that we'll take a look at before we continue with our thoughts. The suit claims in both Better Half and Together, the main characters struggle to navigate daily life as their physical attachment progresses and they start to control each other's body parts. The following description from the lawsuit does contain some spoilery details for both films, so if you want to stay as fresh as you can, you may want to skip it. So as you just heard there, spoiler alert, we are going to continue on this because I'm only covering and we're talking about the spoilers here specifically because it has to deal with the lawsuit. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about spoilers at this point. The suit alleges while at first they desperately searched for ways to detach their bodies from medical intervention to chainsaws, by the end they resign themselves to their conjoined existence. They also point out specifics that include a strictly similar bathroom sequence where the protagonists become attached at certain parts and attempt to hide their intimate encounter from a minor character waiting just outside. The last point of note per Variety. In the synopsis, The Better Half was described a surreal satirical comedy about a man and woman who have a one-night stand and wake up to see that they have become literally and physically attached. The email did not describe it as a horror film when it appeared at the Brooklyn Film Festival. It was billed as a romantic comedy. Okay, so I think that last bit, I don't know, that last bit could be tough because if they took a romantic comedy and turned it into a horror film and nonetheless a body horror film, unless they can come with a lot of receipts, a lot of evidence showing that this is in fact, a copyright issue, that they, Frank, these two, what was it, Dave? Is it Dave Franco? I think it's Dave Franco. Took the idea, and Alison Brie took the idea, and said, "Yeah, thanks, but no thanks," and literally just said, "Yep, let's just change the name and we'll star in it," because they both star in it. And we're going to move forward with it as our own film. Like I said, they better come with some receipts because, I mean, if you have a romantic comedy compared to a body horror film, I mean, we're talking two drastically different types of film, two drastically different genres. So they might have a hard case to prove here. I mean, just because, I mean, there's so many films out there where you could probably just throw a dart at the wall and hit any two or three films where some sequences are fairly similar or the same. I mean, you could look across the entire superhero space, Marvel or DC, across those two spectrums, or even within their own universes. You could compare various Superman films or Batman films and say, oh, well, that scene, they took that scene from this Superman film, or vice versa, or they took that scene from a Marvel movie, right? I mean, just because it might look and feel the same doesn't necessarily mean it is, and doesn't necessarily mean it was stolen from another idea, right? I mean, it's like when Superman flies, you don't own the fact that Superman flies or how he is flying. So, they better, again, just based on those last two quotes, if we go back down, if that's all they have is just these last two quotes as far as these scenes go, and the fact that the overall concept, I think they might have a hard case to prove that they in fact stole it. So we'll keep an eye on this story to see if in fact anything comes from this ahead of the July 30th date. I'd imagine if something does come from this and a judge finds that there is an issue here, I think then we could potentially see that July 30th date go up in smoke, and we might turn into a TBD, and we might have to wait and see when we will get this film. And if it does turn out to be a bigger issue, we may not see the film at all. Maybe it was just those who saw these film festivals, and that's it. Who knows how these things can turn out if they in fact go in the way or go in favor of like these two individuals here who are claiming the copyright issue. So, all right, everyone, that's going to do it for this horror news update. Together, Dave Franco and Alison Brie are facing the copyright lawsuit for their new body horror film. So like I said, we'll keep an eye on this one. Drop a comment in the comments section. Let us know what you think. Do you think these two individuals have a case here? Do you think they might come out on top with this? Or do you think that it's just a nothing, and this one will definitely hit theaters July 30th? Anyways, let us know down in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.